Hi there everyone, it's Emily Wilkes from Go Get 'Em Coaching here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Please, when you jump on, let me know that you're there, say hello, let me know who's on. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about freeing your mind and being more creative through overcoming procrastination. So one of the things that we often discount is the impact of having things weighing on us when it comes to being creative. So when you're in a space to really think freely and creatively, it's often because you don't have a lot of weight on your shoulders at that time. So you might be on a holiday, or you might be in a nice environment where things are nice and tidy and organised. Or it may be that you're in a place that's beautiful and inspiring, a place that's, a lovely atmosphere. There's a range of things that kind of contribute to creativity. And one of the things that's a huge detractor from creativity is actually procrastination and having a huge to-do list and mountains of things that you feel that you should be doing. And so one of the things that I wanted to chat to you about today is how much of a difference it can make to actually tackle some of those things that are on your to-do list and start to lessen the burden and lighten the load on your shoulders by actually moving forward on some of these things that we've been putting off. One of the things that happens is when we procrastinate is we actually think we're putting off something unpleasurable in order to have a more pleasurable experience. So it might be, you get up in the morning and you think, I might just chill out today, and rather than I'll do that tomorrow, I'll put it off, I'll do it tomorrow. But what happens is, whilst that thing that is hanging over your head remains there, it's very hard for you to chill out and relax and really enjoy your day and feel free and creative, because all the while there's a part of you that just knows there's this task or activity which is just sitting there on your shoulder waiting to be done. And so it does actually take quite a lot of mental and emotional energy to carry tasks and intentional activities throughout your day or throughout your weeks or throughout longer. I mean, sometimes we procrastinate for a short period of time on something and then we get something done, and other times we put something off and we put it off and we put it off and we put it off, and it weighs heavily, more and more heavily on us the longer we leave it. And as I said, we often think there's some benefit in putting it off, short-term gain, pleasure in just enjoying the moment. But at the same time, it is actually really difficult to be present in the moment and just enjoy what's currently happening if there's something important that is weighing on you. So I guess what I really wanted to drum home today is to think about ways that you can actually overcome some of that procrastination. And one of the ideas is really thinking about, what are the things that are weighing on you, and really listing them down. So you might have a long to-do list, but most things aren't that heavy. Most things aren't that overwhelming. They're small things that you can tick off and feel satisfied quite quickly. But there might be some things on there that are quite large and that you're intentionally procrastinating on because they feel a bit overwhelming, or something that's going to take a lot more effort than the other things on your list. And so it stays there and stays there and stays there. And so what I'm suggesting you do is really think about, what are those things that are weighing very heavily on you, and getting really clear about that. And then coming up with a bit of a plan around it. So one of the things that, and I often talk about feeling how you want to feel that day, making a decision about how, an intentional decision about how you want to feel that day. And if for instance, one of the things that I might look for in my day is a sense of inspiration. If I think that heavy task is uninspiring, then I find it hard to put it on my list. But if I start to flip these things around and think, hang on a minute, I might be putting this off. It doesn't seem inspiring, but how inspired am I going to feel when it's done? So you start to think about some of these things that we've been putting off and the benefit and the emotional impact that it has when we actually get it done. So decluttering your house is a perfect example. Sometimes it feels overwhelming and it feels like there's so much to do. But when you actually get started and you get it done, there's this sense of huge achievement and reward, and a huge weight that gets lifted off your shoulders at the end of that. So you didn't feel inspired to start necessarily, but by digging in and getting those little, moving in those little steps in the right direction, when you were actually halfway through, or you were, saw some outcome for your effort, that is when the inspiration starts to hit. And so it's really important to not just intentionally create your day from the things that you think are going to be pleasurable and enjoyable and inspiring, but also about the things that you've been putting off, that when you achieve them and when you overcome them will actually be inspiring in themselves, and it will actually bring that sense of reward and acknowledgement that, wow, that thing that I've been putting off for the last month, I did it. I got it done. I actually achieved that and overcame that barrier, that internal barrier that I had to do that. And what you then find is that sense of satisfaction and reward brings with it a creative energy that enables you to then think about things in new ways and create more positive, inspiring experiences for yourself. So it's such a powerful thing that we often get mixed up, and is really useful to flip around totally in another direction, where overcoming the procrastination itself is the inspiring activity that we can do that then enables us to bound into other territory and new ideas and creative thinking. So now I had some questions on my list here to ask you, things to think about and maybe to comment on, or just to use to kind of reflect on how you might use this concept to help you shift and move forward in a new direction. So the first question is, what weight can you lift off yourself in the next week or two? Writing them down, getting a real sense of, even if it's one, picking out one thing that's really heavy, that's been weighing on you for a while, or just it's something that is really easy for you to put off. Then I want you to think about, how much of a difference will it make to me to actually get this done? And then finally, so you're looking at, the actual benefits and how it will make a difference in your life practically. But then also, how much of a difference will it make in terms of how I feel? So you start to bring it back to the emotional impact and the benefits that you experience within yourself, and the reward and the fulfillment that comes from that, and then also that creative energy that it may trigger. So then the final question is really looking at, what does this free me up to be able to do more creatively? So there's a few questions there for you to just ponder on and have a think about, and maybe leave a comment below. I'd love to know what are the things that are holding you back, and how much of a difference will it make if you do it? How will you feel? And then what else will that enable you to do creatively in your life once you've achieved those things? All right, I hope you've really enjoyed this video today and found it useful. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, or sometime this week anyway, for another video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Emily Wilkes from Go Get 'Em Coaching, helping you create, lead and live the life of your dreams. Speak soon. Bye.